This is part of the live I always dislike, where it's like, I'm kind of just here by myself waiting for people to sign on, and then it's nobody's fault. It's just that's how they start, and to me, this is like the most awkward part of it. So, yeah. Hey, Jesse, how are you? Oh, I'm sorry I couldn't stay for more of your birthday one the other day, but I was as where was I? Was that the one? Was that Friday? Was your birthday live on Friday? Hey, I can't remember. I think that might have been it. It was Thursday. Okay, what the heck was I doing Thursday? I don't even know. I barely remember back to Friday. Hi, Kitty. How are you? Yeah, Friday, I know I was out with the kids. Like, I kind of knocked off work kind of early. Oh, no, no, no. That was Thursday. I take that back. Jesse, that was Thursday. I'm thinking it was Friday, but no, it was Thursday. Hey, Emily had been, they were like making a trip to everybody's. Hey, thank you so much for joining. Hang it. So Emily had stayed over at a friend's house on Tuesday night. And then it was like one of her friends from dance. And then she and three other girls were there. So four of them at one girl's house. The next Wednesday, one of the other dance moms picked them up and took them to Michael's and got them like craft stuff. And they made those like tie blankets. And then they spent the night at a third one's house. So I felt like by Thursday it was my turn. I had to do something. So I was like, hey, Matt. So I felt like I had to step up and do my turn. So I was like, hey, the other mom works at another local university, different than mine, and she had to go in. And so I was like, well, I'll come pick them up and take them to lunch. So, and then I said I would drop them all back at their respective houses because we were actually going to make them all go home that night. So that is what I was doing when you went live. I was actually at the restaurant with the girls. And Andrew came along. If you don't know, Emily is my daughter. She is 12, almost 13. And my son Andrew just turned 15 last month. And everybody wish Jessie a happy birthday because she just had her birthday this past weekend. I think it was this past weekend. Her live was last Thursday, but I want to say it was either a couple days after her actual birthday or a couple days before her actual birthday. Saturday. Yeah, I knew it was like right at the end of the month for some reason. I'm always goofed up because everything is opposite. And I hope you had a good birthday, Jessie. Oh, thank you. I couldn't get her. I have to put up my Ipsy from March still. I couldn't get her, or she could not find her Ipsy bag when we went to tape that one. So I just taped mine and was like, well, normally, oh, happy birthday. Hey, so, I just did it without her, but she will be back. I'm trying to get Andrew to do a couple with me. We have our Phoebe Fever box, and I wanted them to do that with me, but we'll see. we'll see if I have the time. Plus, when it fits in their schedules, well, Emily, anybody who's been on here knows that Emily is my dancer. She is at the dance studio 4 nights a week I know you guys won't believe Andrew when you see him again. He hasn't been on for quite a while. And in the last year, I want to say, especially in the last 6 months, kid has shot up. He is now taller than me. And, I'm 5'8", 5'9" on a really good day. I stand up super straight. So for him to top me, he is kind of a feat. So there are days when he walks out and my husband's like, I swear he looked taller than me this morning. And my husband's like 6'1", 6'2". So he is definitely going to be taller. He'll be the tallest. I'm like, I'm one of the shorties now. I'm not used to being a shorty. But yeah, I'm now one of the shorties in the family. Thankfully, I still have Emily, who's still like super short. She is definitely the odd one out. She's like just reached 5 foot. She will probably, I don't know, she could have a major growth spurt and get to about 5'5", 5'6", but Andrew will probably be close to a foot taller than her when they both reach their full height. So you guys will be like shocked when you see Andrew. Because he has shot up. He's doing baseball now, so he's at baseball 6 days a week. He was supposed to have a game tonight, which I was like, oh no, am I going to have to cancel again? But hi, Midnight. You coming to say hi? Hey, he was supposed to have a game tonight, but in Maryland, it is raining. He's supposed to have games Thursday and Friday, and I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. You're now the shortest out of both of them. I don't know if Emily will ever pass me. But I also never thought I'd be taller than my mother, and now I am, but that's because she has shrunk with age. Yeah, it's supposed to just rain this week. And he's supposed to have games Thursday and Friday, and I was like, even if I think Thursday afternoon it's still supposed to be raining, so they probably won't have that game. And by Friday, the field is just going to be they'd be better having swim practice out there probably than baseball. Which means they're just going to cram more games into the other weeks. They already rescheduled today's for next week, and next week he already had a Monday, Thursday, Friday, so now he has Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday games. Yeah, it's going to be super waterlogged. Come Friday, so I doubt they'll even have that game. And of course, you're talking about high school field. Although I would have thought they would have had slightly better field at his high school, given that it's a new one. Their field looks so cruddy. Their football stadium looks super nice. And where they play lacrosse and soccer, it's gorgeous. Their baseball field's like the afterthought. And of course, there's, they have tarps to cover like the bases and home plate, and I think to cover the pitching mound. But other than that, the whole infield where there's dirt is just open dirt. So the running paths are going to be just pure mud. And even where it's supposed to be grass, like in the outfield and everything, it's just like scorched earth right now. So it is going to be such a mess. Yeah, New York is raining a lot too. Well, I think everybody's kind of getting hit from almost Texas on up to close to New England, I think, when I was looking at the map earlier today. I was only looking because of Andrew's schedule for the week. So yeah, too much rain everywhere. Did everybody have a good Easter? We didn't do too much yesterday for Easter. Yeah, the kids are older. Hi, Mary. Oh my gosh, 6 to 18 inches of snow. That's insane. Howard County Schools just came out with like the last day of school for this year. And I was joking because my daughter was Emily was asking me the other day, and I was like, hey, right now it's the 14th, but they'll tell us soon. I said probably April, like probably right after spring break. And yep, first day back was today because they had Monday off. And yep, it was, they sent out the announcement today. So June 14th, her birthday. It will be her last day. It was more relaxed. Yeah, Easter was very relaxed here too. Hi, Itzel. How are you? You also had a March birthday. What kinds of March babies? So we went, what did we do? I want to say Emily slept in. Emily over break became like the true teenager and was like up, especially with her friends up until late or early morning when she did her sleepovers. And then she wouldn't wake up until like 10, 11 o'clock. I was like, you are going to, I don't know how she did today, but I was like, you're going to have a rough day because you're not going to be able to sleep till 10 o'clock. So, she got up a little late. She wanted to do an Easter egg hunt. Andrew had to, they're both in a bowling league, and Andrew had to pre-bowl because he now has Saturday practicing for baseball. So he had to go pre-bowl. So she made a cake. We went to my mom's yesterday evening for dinner. If you don't know, my mom's now living in a senior, it's a senior care. It's what they call a continuing care community. So they have independent living, which is where my mom is. And then they have assisted. So kind of like the next step up in care. And in assisted living, they have multiple layers of care depending on your need. So my aunt actually just last Monday moved into like, I don't know if I want to say the highest or the lowest level of assisted living thing, where she gets minimum care. So she was over at my mom's also. They both are in the same community, which is nice. And then they, of course, have skilled nursing also. So once you go into the community, you are cared for there for the rest of your life, or until you decide to leave. Hey, Ellen. Thanks, Jesse. So we went over to my mom's, but her apartment's a little smaller and she can't, she could take care of herself and get herself dinner and stuff, but cooking for the family is now a little tough on her. So I brought over the ham. I had, thankfully, I want to say around Christmas, maybe a little after, had bought I saw like a big spiral ham on sale at Costco and picked that up because I was like, well, we'll eat it one day. Hey, and then I'll have leftovers for multiple more meals. And so I made it for yesterday. My sister brought a rotisserie chicken because she's her own kind of Tarian. My kids call her the Aunt Lisa Tarian. And she doesn't eat red meat or pork, but she will eat chicken and turkey and fish. And it's mainly because she was vegetarian and even vegan for a little bit, but, she needed more protein, so she had kinda had to go back to those. So, she brought a rotisserie chicken and some mac and cheese. I was hoping she would make egg mac and cheese, but, she just bought the Stouffer's, which I was like, "Alright, I get it." So we all went to my mom's. The kids did eventually, before we went, have an Easter egg hunt. Emily is still wants to have the Easter egg hunt. And it's harder and harder for me every year because I have to come up with better hiding spots every year. As they've gotten older, they know all of the original hiding spots. I was watching, sorry about my chair. It is like super squeaky. I was watching a YouTube video today at lunch, and this lady, she was taught, I can't even remember who the creator is, and I apologize to that creator. But she was talking about like these crazy Easter baskets that these people on TikTok are putting together, and she was showing like, and I apologize if this is how you put your kids' Easter baskets together. To each their own. But my kids, they're the big like gift days are Christmas and their birthday. A Valentine's Day, they get just a little bit of candy and they get a card, and that's about it. Easter, they get their Easter basket, and then I do hide eggs that have a little bit more candy in it, but their Easter basket is primarily candy or like fun little things that don't cost a lot. If you saw my Temu one, and hey, Mom Dukes, how are you? Hello, I'm assuming that's, I don't know, is that Erica or who is on? Woo, the wine's getting to me. It says Sherry or Erica on Wicked Awesome. Yeah, I have a little bit of wine. I had given it up. Hey, Erica. Don't tell Sherry I just totally blanked. I'm blaming it on the wine. Oh, no. Oh, no, Ellen. That's so funny. I had to do that once. We have a, it's not an ice cream delivery service. That would be awesome if we could just have that. There's a small business that makes their own fresh ice cream in Baltimore, and they do a lot of fundraisers with schools in the area and community groups. So whenever, and their ice cream is phenomenal. Jesse, I don't know if you've ever had Taharka Brothers, but it's insanely good. And they sometimes they'll deliver right to your door, sometimes they deliver to the school. But one time they did deliver right to my door, and as soon as I walked in with my case, I knew, oh, I had ordered a case, but thankfully I looked down and I was like, wait, this is not my case. So, oh, and the guy had already left, but they were so great. I called a customer service immediately, and I think it was like one of the owners that picked up, and I was like, your guy just dropped off the wrong thing. He was like, oh no. Oh, I'll get this sorted out. I was like, it's okay. I just don't want to, so he was back like within like 10-15 minutes and was so apologetic. Like, it's okay. I'm just glad that we could figure it out real quick. But yeah, Jesse, if you have a chance, sometimes they're in like one of a local grocery stores, just a few, but they have like a lot of fun ice creams. Their honey, they have like graham cracker and honey one that is delicious. And then they also have a key lime one that is insanely good. And but yeah, if you ever get a chance, even they're just like they're vanilla because it's fresh and homemade. It is so good. It's a little expensive, but oh, it's worth it. It you usually have to buy it by a case, which is like 8 pints. But wow. We actually, it lasted us a lot longer this time than I thought it would. I think because March is such a big birthday month for us, as between my mom, Andrew, and then my father-in-law's birthday is also this month. But we haven't really had a chance to celebrate his yet. And I think the kids are going up this weekend to see my in-laws. But yeah, Taharka Brothers is amazing. They also have like a food truck that they take to some community events where you can buy ice cream. And so, but yeah, that's great. But when I saw this thing on the Easter baskets and people were putting in like Stanley cups and somebody was putting in like an iPhone and AirPods and $100 Starbucks, I'm like, I hope my kids don't see this because they're going to be like, Mom, all we got was like a couple of cheap Temu products and some chocolate. And Emily's like big gift in her Easter basket was a tub of Tree Hut body scrub. And that stuff's like $7 at Target. Andrew's as I said, he's pitching. It was like a sleeve to help protect him. That's cool, Itzel. Emily got one for Christmas, but that's the only one she's getting. And I think it's fine. If they had just put in the Stanley Cup, I probably would have been like, okay, especially if that was it, that was, the only one and her child had, but she made it quite clear that it wasn't. It's like, this kid got like a $2,000 Easter basket. And to me and my family, it's always been, Devin thought he was getting an Easter basket. This is the first year I haven't gotten an Easter basket for a long time, especially since I had the kids. My grandmother or my mother only does something for them. And even now they get like a card with like $5 because they're older now. Oh, but I want to say I got like a small one pretty much up until probably my mid-20s, but it was small. And it was like I know a lot of people will hate them. Some people love them. I'm in the love category. I love Peeps. Mine would usually just have like a couple of things of Peeps. Yes, it's exactly. Yeah, mine's really close to Christmas too, but my mom never made a big deal of it and of Easter, so I've kind of never made a big deal of it. My husband's family was kind of the same way. We always just got candy, and we always got kind of like our one like big gift. Again, it's kind of similar to what I got my kid. It's it would be like a board game or something. I get them something in like the $10-15 range. When they were little, well, hey Michelle, how are you? So when they were little, I used to put in either like a little toy, or sometimes I would put in stuff kind of for spring and summer. Like I would put in a little pair of flip-flops and a little outfit for them for the summer. Yeah, we have crazy amounts of rain too. Oh, Erica's and Mom Dukes, is it raining up there too? Or are you guys getting snow? So yeah, I usually put in like a little something that's a little extra for them. But like I said, Emily got like a Tree Hut scrub, and Andrew got like a sleeve to help them with his elbow when he's pitching. And he got that mainly because I was like, okay, I need to find something kind of in the same price range or something as Emily, because I really was like, I don't know what to get him. It was like Emily was actually in Target with me that day. She and my mom and I went shopping. Okay, yours is supposed to be tomorrow. See, we've gotten like rain. We had rain yesterday. We have rain today. We're supposed to have more rain tomorrow and even a little bit on Thursday. So I was saying that I'm pretty sure Andrew's baseball games are pretty much not happening this week. Because already today his is postponed until next week, but that probably means the next couple of weeks are going to be just wicked bad, and that we're going to have like 4 or 5 games a week. Me playing like as many as the pros play just to try and make everything up. Yeah, Mom, that's what Jessie was saying, is that she knows somebody up in Vermont who's getting snow. I'm like, oh no, no, no. That is, they usually have 2 to 3 a week, Jessie. Varsity apparently plays more. JV plays 2 to 3. Varsity plays is like 3 or 4 usually a week. 5 is too many, and I know our little team can't handle it. That even when was it? Not last week, because last week was spring break, but the week before we had a back-to-back game on Thursday and Friday, and our kids did well on Thursday and they struggled mightily on Friday because all we have is JV. We only have freshmen and sophomores in our high school right now because it's a brand new high school. Well, and it's just that the county opened up a new high school. It's not like, oh, my kid goes to a fancy new high school. No, it just happened that that's where he was districted for a public school. But it's nice, especially for Andrew, because he has really thrived this year in there, and I think a lot of it is because it's just freshmen and sophomores, and I think that will have, yeah, like he's the first freshman class in there. He will be the first. He won't be the first to graduate. That will be the current sophomores, but he'll be the first class that has gone all the way through. And Emily will actually enter the first year that she's there, her freshman year. No, they don't get any more breaks. This is it. This is spring break, or was spring break. They're back today. And then, they'll have a couple of days here and there, but nope. It's the push to the end right now. But yeah, because Easter was so early this year, their spring break was super early. They always tie their spring break to Easter for some reason. I wish they wouldn't, because it also means that they have the Monday after Easter off for some reason. In Maryland, Easter Sunday is a thing. I had never heard of Easter Sunday or Easter Monday. I'm sorry, not Easter. Obviously, Easter Sunday, I know. Oh, Easter Monday, I had never heard of until I moved to Maryland. And even when, I guess I had it off probably in elementary school when I went to school where my mom worked, because she worked in a school in Maryland. But in my public school in Pennsylvania, we never had the day after, the Monday after off. Ironically, we had the Monday after Thanksgiving off, though, because it was the beginning of hunting season. So, priorities. Yeah, it's like a Maryland thing, Jesse. And I saw yesterday like a whole bunch of people, sending their kids back to college yesterday. And I always thought we always had it off from college, but I went to a Catholic college. I went to Duquesne out in Pittsburgh, and we always had the Monday after Easter off. I figured it was because it was a Catholic university and they just were like, no, they should be with their family on Easter. I never thought it that was like something like Easter Monday. So it wasn't until I like came down here and even until I had kids, really, because most industries don't observe it. Yeah, I always had time off around Easter because I went to a Catholic university. But again, they used to always like put it right around that was like their spring break. It was kind of built in. And which if Easter occurred late, oh, that semester that spring semester was horrible because you were waiting for a spring break forever. Like next year's or Easter, I think falls on April 20th. So like almost a month late, like 3 weeks later than today. Yeah, and Erica, you're in Boston. Anybody else is gonna have like crazy Catholic things, it's gonna be Boston. But yeah, Maryland has always has had Easter Monday. But like I said, I grew up in small town Pennsylvania, and we always had the Monday after Thanksgiving for hunting season. So, oh, it was weird to me to not have that day off. I went to college in a city. I was like, what do you mean you don't have this day off? Don't you have to go hunt? For me, it was never anything about hunting. It was just, I was happy to have another day. And I think that's how my kids were or are about Easter Monday. Although, of course, Bob and I had to work yesterday. So, oh, I worked from, he went into the office. I worked from home. Oh, you had St. Patrick's Day off, the Boston Marathon, and Flag Day in June. And Emily's birthday is actually Flag Day. They never have it off, but it's the last 2 years, it's been like the last day of school. So she always ends up like getting out like on her birthday. But I don't even think when I went to Catholic school we had St. Patrick's Day off. And Pittsburgh didn't have any big marathons, so and I grew up in small town USA just over the Maryland Pennsylvania border, so our bus would get stuck behind tractors going to school. Well, if our bus was late, it was probably because it was stuck behind a tractor. So that's how the first time I ever had to call 911 was because when we got off at our bus stop, there were cows in the road. I had a call. It was like, there's cows in the road and, like, and on like the main street of town. That's how small town I grew up in. And so if I ever seem like a little backwards and stuff, that's why. I truly grew up in like a total country bumpkin. And so I guess that's catching you guys up on most of what's going on. I apologize I haven't been. Yeah, it is. I need to get it cut. It's bothering me. That's why I keep playing with it, because I'm looking at it and I'm like, ugh, it's so long. I need to get it cut. I don't think I've had it cut since before Christmas. Come on, Mitty. They don't want to see your rear end. Yeah, I usually try to wait until Emily goes. She usually, one of her birthday presents the last couple of years has been, and that she got her hair like cut and colored and everything at my salon. So expensive. This year, she's thinking she doesn't want to color it, but I'm going to have to talk to my hairdresser to see if she can do some type of rinse or something. Because 2 years ago, she got pink, I think hot, like pink on the ends, and last year she got purple. Well, or no, I'm sorry, she got purple the first time because the purple was gorgeous. Hey, Sherry! Thank you and thank you and Erica so much for the Disney box. It is so cute. Emily has tinsel in her hair right now. Oh, you guys were in here earlier. Emily, last week was spring break for my kids. Emily spent like 3 days with her dance buddies. They slept over at one of their houses on Tuesday night. Wednesday during the day, one of the other moms, there were 4 of them. One of the other moms came and got all 4 of them and took them to Michael's, and they all got materials to make blankets. And did that. Then they spent the night at the third one's house, and then Thursday I picked them all up from there and took them all out to lunch and dropped them back at their respective homes. But yeah, they spent like 48 hours together, and at one of the places she got tinsel in her hair. So yesterday she was like trying to first curl it, and then it wasn't working well, so she then tried to straighten it, and she's like, I can't do it with the tinsel. So she's like having to pick out her little pieces of tinsel. Meanwhile, I'm like, Emily, we told your grandmother we would be there at the time it is right now, and you're only halfway through your hair. Oh, yeah. The tinsel is actually pretty easy. Like, literally just tie it in. And so if you want tinsel in your hair, I wouldn't pay expensive prices for it. Yeah, it is so cute. Thank you guys so much. Emily, of course, was trying to steal it from me immediately. I'm like, nope. Emily, over spring break, was supposed to clean her room and clean our like family room. And she spent like half of it with her friends. And she was like, texting me like, I know, Mom, I'm going to clean like a maniac on Friday and Saturday. And Friday came and she was like, and she was tired, obviously from spending the night so much at her friends' houses. And then Saturday, it was a joke too. Oh, so she didn't get much done. We got the one room cleaned up enough that I could do an Easter egg hunt in there in the kitchen. But her room is a disaster. Oh, yeah. So far, I've managed to keep it from her. But basically, I was like, you can't have it because you don't have any space for it in your room. It's going to end up on the floor. And all she kept wanting to do was go shopping. So she was excited. Not the Saturday before Easter, but the Saturday before that, or maybe it was the Sunday before, she and I took my mom out. She needed to pick up a couple of things from Kohl's. Oh my gosh, my house is a disaster. Like this behind me is just kind of part of it, and that's not even the whole. Like you can't see the floor, or because I have all the giveaway stuff on the floor. Or some of it's over on the chair, or chat away. Hey, although I hear my husband wrestling around, which probably means that he's about to go pick up Emily from dance. So she'll be here in I think 8:30, 8:45 she gets home. So we'll see. Preaching to the choir. Andrew's room isn't nearly as bad, but he just doesn't have the acquired stuff. He has his Legos, but those are all basically downstairs. Whereas they're not in his bedroom. In his bedroom, it's basically his bed, his furniture, and his clothes. Now, he doesn't put his clothes away. So his drawers are actually empty. But at least he keeps them on a chair off the floor. So I'm like, well, it's a little better. It's slightly better than Emily. I can at least maneuver through his room. But that's about the best I can give him. So did you guys see that a bunch of other like smaller companies are shutting down? Like I just saw, and Sherry, I know you love her too. Jen Love was talking about Beauty Bakery is shutting down. So no more cute little things from them. Suva Beauty, which I think I got one thing from Suva Beauty, and I think I gave it away to someone else. Hey, Lori. Because it was like super bright and it was meant for people who wanted to do like really cool things with eyeliner. And I just don't, I'm like, give me my brown and I'm happy. Yeah. The Suva Beauty was announced last week. Beauty Bakery was announced just this week. And I want to say there were a couple other more. JD Glow, which I had not really heard of them. They are changing their name to Her Beauty because of some of the issues going on, especially in California with, it's like, I forget what the proposition number is, but where they have to like disclose, they have to put labels on things they shouldn't have had to do it because they had under 10 employees, but some ambulance chasers, I'll call them for lack of a better thing. I know I like Beauty Bakery too. Aww. Oh no, Lori. Hey, Christine, I didn't see you come in. And how are you? But yeah, these small beauty brands. That was another one. I forget who it was. Somebody is like taking off one of their palettes. It's but these law firms like out in California are just going after these small companies, hoping to get money out of them. Yeah, everybody I know, I always get sick after I travel. Especially if you were around little snotty kids. It just, they're little germ factories. But that had to be a great trip. Yes, that was it. At Blend Bunny, I think is it, had to take their palette called Grunge because somebody else said that they had the trademark on the word grunge. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm doing well, Miss Christine. How are you? I know, right? Hi, Morgan. Right. How do you own the word grunge? I love these brands that are like trying to capitalize and like take out trademarks on words that we've been using. The person who claimed they owned the word grunge probably wasn't even alive when we had like grunge music. You didn't invent the word. Yep. That'll do it. They always have those little snotty noses and coughs, and when you're not used to being around it. I know my mom told me, like, she was a teacher, the first year or two that you teach, you're out all the time because you're sick. Oh, I'm sure he tried to do that one. And that's it. You can't copyright phrases and words that we've used for decades, not centuries. I don't know. Does Victoria's Secret own Pink, or does Pink own Pink? Yeah, Lori, that's what I saw, and it's just ridiculous. And that's what they're either trying to come at these companies and say, like, no, you can't use this because of this, and either drag them through court, or with California, it's like, oh, you didn't disclose this, even though they didn't have to, but they're trying to get them to, like, go to a settlement and get money when they did nothing wrong. I saw that it sold out like super fast. Oh, say hi to Andrew. Oh, you went ahead and made your own dinner. Don't think he was like super inventive, although he is really good about like getting his own dinner when he wants, and even making it for everybody else. But tonight's leftovers from Easter, so he has his leftovers of ham and mac and cheese. Jesse said hi. Did you guys see how tall he's getting? Ellen said hi. Oh, Victoria's Secret owns Pink. I hope somebody tells the singer Pink. Yeah, they already saw Mitty. He already came up to say hi. Yeah, he is Sherry. He's taller than me. And as another tall girl, when they start getting taller than you, it's serious. Yeah, he's like 6 foot, maybe 6'1". There are days when, I'm like, who's taller, my husband or my son? He's definitely going to end up taller than him since he's only 15. And everybody's saying hi to you. Jerry said, oh my God, he's gotten so big. Meaning tall. Yeah. Your son's 6'2". You don't like it? Yeah, he's going to end up probably at least 6'2", if not more. I'm one of the shorties now. Well, but he's been having a great year this year, which is really good because he had a kind of really crappy year last year. But high school so far has been good for him. Right? Mitty, what are you doing? Cat's like up. Oh, there you go. You can see his tail. Yeah, she is not. And I don't think they're going to go after her for using it. It's one of those like mutual respect things. Yeah, school last year was super tough for him. Emily's kind of having a year of it this year, but not so much the way Andrew was. She's just like, doesn't like anything, doesn't like her teachers. And I'm like, oh, you just got to get over it, girl. Who else did I see was going out of business? I want to say there was a subscription box or two, but I forget now because it's been like 2 months. I was teaching on Tuesday evenings. It was a 7-week course, and it ran and from 5:30 to 7 on Tuesday evenings. But then my co-faculty and I met after to kind of go over things. So, and the nature of the course was, no, I don't think anybody's picking on her. Or if anything, there are days I have to get after her for her and her group being mean girls. I know, she is not, but there are things sometimes that some of her friends do because she is in the popular group. There's like two popular, well, there's probably more, but the two popular groups I know of, one she like is super friends with, and the other one she is friends with. So she's in with both groups pretty strong. But she would definitely like align herself one with more than the other. Oh gosh, Laura, you got to be dying. And you need to get some sleep. I hate when those flights come in that late. But yeah, Emily's fine that way. She just doesn't. And no, it's the opposite. That she's the, yeah, she's not the one who gets picked on. I mean, her group gets picked on sometimes by other groups, but oh, fun. Oh no. That's hysterical. Yeah, be careful out there. He's gonna have to be careful. He's got little ones now. Can't drive like that with little ones. So yeah, Emily's doing fine in school. She doesn't like the work that she has to do this year. She doesn't like her French teacher. She doesn't like her English teacher. Her
art teacher.
She doesn't like her art teacher, Andrew said. She doesn't like her history teacher. She just doesn't. I mean, there's like a new one every week. Like the only one that has held consistent that she likes is her, and it's not even her gym teacher, or it's the female gym teacher. Her, like the one of the gym teachers that's actually assigned her and grading her, is male, but the female gym teacher over at her middle school is awesome, like absolutely awesome. She totally looks out for the kids. As
is it Mr. H that is in that her teacher?
Cullen? Is that the other one?
Yeah.
No, she likes Miss Fortney, or not Miss Fortney. Rutowski.
I don't know if we could say their names.
Yeah, nobody knows.
No, but she likes Mr. Cullen.
Yeah, she likes Mr. Colley. Hey.
Oh, she has Mr.
No, she likes Mr. Colley. But if all things being equal, she'd rather Miss Rutowski. The female gym teacher over there just looks out for everybody. Like she used to look out for Andrew all the time. She even now like checks in on him. She'll ask Emily like how he's doing, or she'll shoot me a message over Facebook. I know. Why can't they just play nice? They do so. And oh my God, their schools are crazy sometimes. Like the other week, it was like every day she had a news story about a fight. Like, okay, this fight happened and this fight, and then this fight happened today, and the police were called. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, that gym teacher over there is amazing. Like I said, when Andrew was struggling, she was checking in on him all the time. She still checks in on him. He was doing 360s with his son in the car. Yeah, that sounds about right. The kid's going, do it again. I wonder what he'll feel like, Lori, when the kid's old enough to and starts trying to do 360s. Yeah, Morgan, that's how I feel. Like, I graduated high school in 93. And I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't have to deal with all this social media stuff. And was like, I can remember my sister was getting bullied a little bit in high school. And by that, somebody was like crank calling her and everything. And it was like just when Star 69 started coming out. Tells you how old I am. Well, I just said I graduated in 93. But I picked up the phone one time and I was like, yeah, we have your number and we're calling the police. And that was the last time that we ever heard from that bully. But yeah, you can't do that now. Oh, so these teachers that are out there looking after these kids. Sherry, you were the same year. Now, does that mean that you're turning the big 5-0 this year too? Oh, because that'll be me in December, which I am not looking forward to. I've usually been okay. Like 30 was great, 40 was fine. I mean, I'm just dreading 50. You know what? We need more. Okay. Hey, yeah, we need more good teachers, but they don't get the support they need from the parents or from the administration. We're even starting to see it at the college level. I was in a meeting with my colleagues and I couldn't believe some of the horror stories I was hearing from them. And I was like, yeah, these are the kids who have now come up through this. And these are graduate level students. These aren't even like freshmen in college. These are graduate level students who are so entitled. Some of them are fabulous. The majority of them are fabulous. Don't get me wrong. But some of them, I'm like, what the hell? Oh, 50 was a breeze? Okay. I don't know why, but I've been dreading this one. And every time, maybe it's because my kids keep reminding me. He'll be there rooting them on, Lord. Yeah, I don't know if he will when they're on his insurance. Oh yeah, they do act like they are super entitled, and it's like, no. Like you can't. And I mean, but that's how they are even in elementary school now. 50 wasn't as bad as 60. Oh no. So I have 10 more years there's to dread 60. Okay. Okay, 50 is the new 30. Great. My 30s were great. My 30s were probably my favorite. That's when I got married, had both my babies that are now, well, one's taller than me. So now they're not so much babies anymore, but that's when I had them, was in my 30s. Yeah, and I'm like old school. I'm like, hey, they come home. Yeah, I can definitely do 30s again. And when Emily comes home and she's bitching about her teachers and stuff, I'm like, nope. You do not talk about your teachers like that. Oh no. What happened? Sorry. Apparently I sat idle for like too long, and so my screen blacked out on me. Oh. Oh my gosh. Wow. I don't understand people like that. I just don't. I'm all for a good time, but that's true. That is true, Sherry. At least he wasn't defending. He was like, nope. Yeah. Glad to hear that. All right. Well, there's only 6 people on. I was going to say, I want to find out what you guys want to see more of on the channel, because I feel like I'm starting to become a beauty channel, and this is not a beauty channel. Like, all of my subscriptions, I'm down to like Ipsy, Macy's. Is it's all the beauty stuff I'm getting, and I'm like, I don't want to be that. That's not who I am. But the lifestyle boxes are so expensive. Of course, I'm just mad at FabFitFun, and maybe I'll just have to get over my mad with them and go back to that. But I really enjoyed, and if you guys haven't watched the Golden and Box Hunt, Jesse and I are both in that one, so check out that collab. You have a week left still to vote. Jesse's box, I know, was doing super well. Oh, she was getting a lot of votes. So it's, yeah, they're all the same. Yeah, Jesse, I agree. That's always a fun collab. I always enjoy that one and the Dollar Tree ones. Oh, I think I had more votes than for you than that, Jesse. I think I got like 2 or 3. Right now, Arlene, I think, and Miss Jackie Russell's boxes are in the lead, but they're ones I've done before. So what we do, if you haven't seen it before, hi Emily, is we try to get like new boxes to us. So some of them are ones that Miss Jackie Russell's and Arlene's I've had on my channel before. Arlene has Test Tube Beauty, which is always a great box. Always. I mean, I knew when she put that up, she was going to be hard competition. And it's one I look at every time they have it. This time they just didn't have any makeup. And so I was like, I don't need more skincare. I am so overflowing with skincare right now. So I didn't. And I'd already done that one. And Miss Jackie Russell has Facetory, but she has like the quarterly subscription and one from it. And it was really nice. I've never gotten the quarterly one from them, but I used to get never like the one where you got like 7 masks a month or something. Yeah, Test Tube is really nice. I just, because it was so packed with skincare this time, I was just like, eh. I also passed on Trend Mood this time too, and I usually get the Trend Mood ones. And Trend Mood had a lot more makeup, but it just wasn't stuff that was exciting me. And I think that's the problem too. I'm just not excited about all the makeup stuff coming out. I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, okay, I have stuff that I really like and that I want to use. Those I still enjoy getting Ipsy. I'm really enjoying Macy's. I just saw their spoilers for April, and I think I'm going to love the April box. The March box for me was okay, because it was, again, all skincare. Or Ipsy last month for me was almost all skincare. But both Macy's and my Ipsy, because I just got to see my Ipsy for April yesterday, are a much better mix of skincare and makeup, which is what I enjoy. But I want to bring yeah, I think it's Arlene or Miss Jackie for the golden box next this time. But Jesse, you'll have to go check my comments. You definitely got several votes in my comments. And you had a really nice box. I can't remember the name of it. I wish I could. And Jesse did a it's a small business one that has like handmade soaps and lotions and things like that. And mine was, and it's one that I have watched and just never gotten. And was Brown Paper Packages. It's actually a Canadian one. And it's, again, small business they're so great because they have like little thing, like you unwrap like each thing. They always have like at least one makeup item, but it's mostly you usually get like some type of jewelry, something like you wear. It was really nice. They're a little expensive though. It's like $60, which is kind of even with like FabFitFun, but then it's $15 shipping, and $75 is a lot. So I'm waiting to see what Vino does now that they have been taken over by Splash Wines. Their first one out of the gate didn't really impress me. So, I'm waiting to see what their second one is going to look like. I know they just sent out something saying they're updating their website. No, Brown Paper Packages is every other month. And I think that's the other thing. I think if it was quarterly, I could justify it more. But I'm like, every other month, even that's a little. I always, like, in my mind, my like per month. Yeah, and that's why I had never gotten the full one. And good night, Lori. Oh no, I hope you're feeling better. That's right, you have a cold from your grandkid. Drink plenty of fluids and get plenty of rest. So, but yeah, Brown Paper Packages is every other. In my mind, my like key monthly target has always been like no more than $30. And so kind of violates that. And it's $30 with shipping. But it's so hard to find anything monthly that's under that now, unless it's like Ipsy or Macy's. Which is why I'm like, why I have all these beauty things. I'm like, and Walmart Beauty. I'm like, I have all the beauty ones. So, but yeah, I like the lifestyle ones more, but I feel like people are going away from them. We're not seeing anything new or great from them. I don't know. I do like the idea. Somebody said, I think it might have been Lori, like looking at all the deals and stuff, both on your phones. Same room, both on your phones. Sounds like my family. I have to yell at my kids because sometimes they'll be on their phone and on the computer with the TV going. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You have 3 pieces of technology going right now. Yeah, the costs are too high. And, everything else is going up. And I understand. I feel bad for these businesses because they're increasing the prices, and because the prices for them are increasing. But unfortunately, it's not trickling down. And where, customers are going like, no, we can't afford it. We can't afford those hikes anymore. So a lot of the smaller boxes are going down. I can't believe Birchbox has come back. I'm kind of following that one. I like the idea that you can customize the whole thing, but I feel like that's also going to be their downfall. I also think they're priced a little. Yeah, Birchbox is back. The same company that owns, they own another one. I think Beachly or something. There was another like lifestyle box that kind of went under for a while. Wow, you got it for $150 for the whole year. That's incredible. Yeah, I'd be getting test tube beauty too if I could get it for $150 a year. Yeah, they're hit and miss, which is kind of why like I'm subscribed, but I always go in and like say if I'm going to get it or pass because sometimes I don't want it. Unfortunately, with them, I think you have to unsubscribe and then resubscribe. Maybe you can't just like skip, which would be nice. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing some more lives. Like, I don't know if people want them every week or every other week or monthly, which is what I've been doing most of the time. I was teaching, so I couldn't do February and March. But I'm back now. Although I just found out over the summer, the same class is meeting at the same time. So I'll have to look into that. And it should be a little better over the summer because it'll be the second time I'm teaching that topic. So it won't be quite as draining as this time. You love lives. Dave's, I do too. I try to get on them as much as I can. And I don't even know what I was doing. Yesterday did not feel like a Monday, which is probably why I wasn't even looking. This is why I'm drained at the end of that class, Sherry, because I am teaching an end of life course. And so we do a whole lot of talking about death and dying. And so after 2 hours of that, I'm a little drained. And I used to teach at undergrad, and in undergrad, it was more about like the theories and, different cultures. It was like nuts and bolts type stuff. It didn't really get into all of the feelings and everything, but because I'm teaching a master's class in it now, and I'm teaching to nursing students, it's a lot more heavy. We have a lot of, it's in some ways easy because we have a lot of guest speakers that come in, and we have, I think my coach faculty and I maybe like take the lead once each over a 7-week course. Mom Dukes, I love 5 Wishes. That is one of my favorite advanced care things, because I love that it actually looks at not just, end of life, but like what you want to be remembered by. It really gets at to things that other ones don't. Like, it really gets into kind of some of the things about like music and that you might want, or who do you want there, who do you not want there. Or as far as advanced directives go, I really like the 5 Wishes one. But we have because we're doing master's nursing students, we have like the university, we have the hospital chaplain come in. I didn't know until about a year or so ago, and I am in, my field is aging, is that they have death doulas. Like, you have a doula for maternity care and infant care. Yeah, it's a really important. Actually, Morgan, we get the best feedback from our students. They are like, these are fifth semester, so they're graduating, like they're walking in a month and they're like, why didn't we have this sooner? Why isn't this a required course? They've really loved it. I don't know if I ever thought I would want to, but I was glad I was there when my father passed. So a doula, they usually have them in maternity. They're used a lot more in Europe than they are here, but they're becoming much more popular here. So in Europe, you don't see the OBGYN much. The doula is the person who kind of takes care of you and everything during your pregnancy and through childbirth. They're not quite a nurse, or they don't have to have nursing credentials, but it's really like that advocate for you to make sure that you're getting the birth plan that you want and your needs are being met, making sure they contact the right people that you want there. So a death doula is somewhat, it's similar in that they're there for you. They don't do a lot of care coordination. They don't have to be a nurse. Yes, very much like a midwife. In fact, sometimes we use midwife and doula interchangeably in this country. So in death, they often help you with your plan of care, help you just with like negotiating all of the people who are coming in and out. Make sure that you're getting things. Hi, Lisa. Make sure that you're getting things that bring you joy. And also giving your caregivers there's a break. So that's why, especially in like long-term illnesses, is cancer, dementia, like heart failure, or people who know that it's coming, but so the caregiver can either go out or like we don't call ourselves doulas or anything, but I work on, one of the main things I do is customize activities for people who live with dementia. So the study I do looks at creating an activity plan for someone with dementia based on their prior roles and interests. So nobody would have the exact same plan. And because we know, think about all of us on here. Not one of us is going to have the exact same thing that brings us joy as the other one. Although Erica and Sherry might. Hey, they might come the closest. Theirs would be like, just bring Erica over or just bring Sherry over. That's all they need is each other. But with dementia, because we're also intersecting it with where they are in the disease process. So somebody who played piano may not be able to play it at the same level that they once did. But we find ways to introduce it in a way that they can still connect with it, whether it's listening to some of their favorite piano pieces or somebody else playing for them, that type of thing. And a death doula does that, just not necessarily it can be in dementia care. It doesn't have to be. So they often will work with the person on an almost kind of like a biography like things you want your families to know. So, Sherry, you know you can contact me anytime, sweetie. Hey, and unfortunately, the activities we do are not meant to bring back the memory. It's to just bring them joy. It's to be a meaningful thing for them to continue to do. Okay, Jesse. That's what we want to do, is bring meaning to them and joy. Hospice is a great resource. It is an awesome resource. And that's in the course we talk a lot about hospice and palliative care. Palliative care starts at the time of diagnosis, which makes it different than hospice care. Hospice is when someone is given in 3 months or less to live. That's when hospice care kicks in. So palliative care kicks in a lot before that. The other difference is that palliative care ends when the person passes away. Hospice care continues on and taking care of the family, friends, whoever, loved ones who were left behind. But hospice is a great resource. There's both hospice, palliative care, they have a whole holistic plan of care. So you're not getting just doctors and nurses, you're getting social workers and chaplains and everybody else who specializes in different things. So they're really trying to treat the whole person. Oh, good. I'm glad that you've seen the palliative care folks already. They're really special people. And yeah, they just have so many different things that they can do for people. Well, and help the family, help that with different things. Like I said, and hospice, kind of picks up right at the end. And they stay I think, I'm trying to remember from when my dad was passed, I think it's up to a year sometimes that they will stay connected to the family, just checking in and providing them resources if they need them. Because a lot of times, everybody is around when the person passes. They come for the funeral. They might stay a couple of days. First month or so, they're checking in on, the loved ones and things. How are you doing? You need anything? And it dies off. So hospice stays with them and is calling and checking in on them like 3 months, 6 months, a year later, or how are you? Because when you have that like initial loss, but then you have to try and adjust to life after. And when you have that initial loss, you have everybody else around you. It's kind of when they all go home that it's like, okay, now the real grieving starts. Yeah, and that's it, Sherry. It's all about just making it comfortable. And finding those moments of peace and joy. Yeah, I'm sure it's really tough. And she's had her own, if I recall, she's had her own health issues. Oh, so that makes it even harder on her. And it's hard on you. Oh, it's really hard to watch your parents and to go, again, you're adjusting to them as somebody who's different. And then before. Yeah, she's not able to provide the care that she probably wants to. She wishes she could provide. They're really lucky to have you. But we need to make sure that you're taking care of you. Because if you don't take care of you, you can't take care of them. It's my little caregiver talk for the night. I don't know if Jesse came back. Jesse's probably like, yay, Katie's geeking out over aging stuff. She always laughs when I start or getting all in my researchy teacher mode. Oh, I'm so sorry. You can call me or text me whenever. Or don't be afraid to reach out. I know too, Erica and Mom Dukes have a lot going on too, so good. I don't consider myself super smart. Or I just been to a lot of school. I like learning. And I'm just persistent. That's okay. You can call me mid-anxiety attack. I'm okay with that. You would not be the first caregiver I've talked to mid-anxiety attack. All right, folks. It's almost 9 o'clock my time. I think most of you are East Coast. I don't know if all of you are. But it is almost 9 o'clock. My wine glass is empty, and I haven't eaten anything yet. So I know Emily will be home in just a few minutes. So I'm going to call it a night and go get something to eat before I go to bed. Love you guys too. Oh, and Sherry, I'm serious. You call me whenever you need me.